Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode on our channel. If you're passionate about improving your English, curious about daily routines, and excited to explore life's small but meaningful details in English, then you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe, share this podcast with your friends, and follow us so we can continue growing this amazing learning community together. Now, let's dive into something we all experience but rarely talk about in depth: our daily life, the habits that shape us, the patterns we repeat, and how they reflect who we are, all while learning new vocabulary, grammar, and cultural insights. So, James, are you ready?
Absolutely, Elena. I've been really looking forward to this one. Honestly, I always feel like my daily routine is boring, but I'm sure there's more to it. Could we maybe start with your own day? Like, when do you wake up? What's the very first thing you do?
That's a great question. I usually wake up around 6:30 a.m. I believe the first hour of the day sets the tone for everything that follows. So instead of grabbing my phone or checking emails, I drink a glass of water, open the curtains, and just sit for 5 minutes in silence. Then I stretch, sometimes I meditate, and then I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. After that, I prepare a light breakfast, usually oatmeal, banana, and green tea. I believe what we eat early in the day really affects our focus and energy. Then I review my schedule and get ready for work. My first session often starts around 8 a.m.
Wow, that's way more structured than my mornings. I'm in university, and to be honest, I usually hit the snooze button 3 times. Sometimes I skip breakfast, just grab a coffee and run. Do you think that affects my learning?
Without a doubt, James, nutrition, sleep, and mindset deeply impact how we process new information. Skipping breakfast might not seem like a big deal, but over time, it can reduce your cognitive sharpness and make it harder to retain vocabulary or grammar rules. A simple change like preparing a quick smoothie or boiled eggs can make a noticeable difference in your concentration levels.
Interesting. Speaking of daily routines, what about after work or classes? What's something you think every student should include in their day?
Great point. For students, I highly recommend dedicated time for input, especially listening. This could mean watching a YouTube video, listening to an audiobook, or, my favorite, listening to podcasts like this one. Consistent exposure to natural spoken English improves pronunciation, rhythm, intonation, and listening comprehension. Even 15 to 30 minutes a day can have a huge cumulative effect over weeks and months.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, I used to only study grammar and vocabulary with apps, but once I started listening to podcasts while walking to class, I noticed I began to think in English more naturally. Why do you think listening is so underrated?
Because it's quiet, there's no immediate feedback, no score, no validation. But that's exactly why it's powerful. Listening lets you absorb language patterns, intonation, collocations, and contextual meaning in ways textbooks can't teach. Also, listening is the foundation of real communication. You can't speak well if you don't listen well. Think of children. They listen for years before they ever speak fluently. The same principle applies.
That's a powerful point. Sometimes I listen passively while doing chores. Is that still useful, or should I sit and really focus?
Both types of listening serve different purposes. Passive listening helps you build familiarity with the language, its sounds and rhythm. It creates immersion. Active listening, on the other hand, involves pausing to repeat, taking notes, or even shadowing, repeating what you hear out loud. If you combine both, say 15 minutes of active listening and 30 minutes of passive listening while cooking or walking, you'll accelerate your growth remarkably.
That sounds doable. I love how listening doesn't require a screen. It feels more human. By the way, what about younger students, like in high school or middle school? How should their routine differ?
Another excellent question. For younger students, structure is important, but so is variety. A good routine might include short listening sessions with subtitles, watching age-appropriate shows, or listening to English music with lyrics. Parents can also get involved, preparing meals together in English, playing word games, or narrating simple tasks can turn the home into a classroom. University students, however, need more self-directed learning, podcasts, journaling, group discussions, and, of course, time management.
Right. I've been trying to balance school, work, and study. Some days I feel like I'm not doing enough. Any advice?
Start by tracking your time for 1 week. You might be surprised where your hours go. Also, remember that consistency beats intensity. Studying English 20 minutes every day is more powerful than 2 hours once a week. Use waiting time wisely while commuting, doing laundry, or even brushing your teeth. Listen to something meaningful. Also, mix things up. One day, listen to a podcast. The next day, write a reflection. Another day, speak with a partner.
That's amazing advice. I feel so motivated already. Honestly, this podcast is like a booster shot of clarity and encouragement. If someone asked me, where should I start improving my English? I'd say start with podcasts, like this one.
Thank you, James. And to everyone listening, this podcast is more than just a conversation. It's a tool, a guide, and a community. The goal is not just to learn English, but to live through it, breathe it, and let it shape your thinking. So whether you're in school, university, or working full-time, remember, small, intentional actions compound into major transformation. Keep listening, keep asking, and keep growing. If this podcast inspired you today, then don't forget to subscribe, rate us, and share this episode with someone who needs it. Let's build a world where learning English feels like coming home, not like going to war. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and never stop listening.